Hello guys, my name's Noah Fitzgerald and today I'm here to tell you guys about the brand new 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 ZR2. Now this is Chevy's new mid-size truck edition to the off-road market. It competes with the likes of the Raptor, of the Ram Rebel, and the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Now, the Chevy kind of offers its own little thing in the game. It's not like the rest of them, and it's very, very unique. Now, powering this is the naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that we see in many other GM products. In this application, it's still making the same 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque that is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission that was made in conjunction with Ford, and it has a four-wheel drive system standard, so you can either go rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive for off-roading bests. It is good for a 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. Now that's not an amazing 0 to 60 time by any specs, especially whenever you look at specs from the Raptor R and the Ram TRX, but this does not compete with those. This is in the regular, not so ultra high performance off-road trucks. This is just regular, so 6.1 is pretty good for a regular mid-sized truck. It has a top speed of 98 miles per hour. That's the same with most Chevrolet trucks across the board. It's just something they do. It's a safety regulation, but that is electronically limited. So if you take away that limiter, you can get far beyond 100 miles per hour. For tires, we're looking at 275 with tires all the way around. We are running Goodyear regular territory off-road tires, so you can really get the off-road goodies that you want. And overall, the powertrain that's powering this ZR2 is an absolutely outstanding powertrain. It has proved itself throughout the years to be very, very reliable, and it is a very torquey V8. 420 horsepower in the realm is not a bad number. If you look at the Raptor, it's putting out 450 horsepower, so you're only down about 30 horsepower from the Raptor. And whenever you look at the TRD Pro, the TRD Pro is putting out about 470 horsepower. So you're working in the same ballpark. It's the lower one in the spectrum, but you are working in the same 400 horsepower ballpark that most of these off-road trucks are working in. And in that aspect, it does its job very well. The V8 is amazing. It's smooth. It's also very torquey. And the 10-speed, it gets the job done. Normally, I'm not a fan of 10-speed transmissions, but Chevy has done a really good job with them. And overall, the powertrain in the ZR2, I can report, is a very, very good and refined powertrain that has been used throughout the years. Now, on the outside of the ZR2, that is something that a lot of off-road trucks strive to look the best on, and that is something that I think the ZR2 does absolutely perfectly. It blends robust, old-school off-roadness with modern design and gives a really unique and really nice look. If we're looking at the front of the ZR2, we get full LED headlights with LED DRLs and turn signals, as well as Chevy's performance version of their bow tie they call the flow tie. It's hollow in the center so that it allows air to go through it. This is featured on vehicles such as the Camaro and the Colorado ZR2. It's a really cool addition. It's kind of cheesy, but it's just something that Chevrolet adds that adds a little bit more performance-esque to their cars, and it is on the Silverado ZR2. You also get a full steel bumper that is painted in gloss black. Though it's painted in gloss black, it is still steel, and you get little bumperettes on the side that are removable for extra approach angle, which I may report in the ZR2 is 32.5 degrees of approach angle, and for in the class, that is one of the top. The only one that beats it in the class is the Raptor, and that's because it's on 37-inch tires, whereas the ZR2 is on 33-inch tires. So for that accomplishment, it is a very, very good feat, not being on the huge tires that the Raptor's on, giving it the advantage. You also get a gloss black grille. It is not the Vader chrome grille that we see in other Chevy GM models, but it is gloss black, so it kind of feeds in with the whole dark, angry, off-roady style. And overall, the front of the ZR2 looks absolutely amazing. I think it is one of the best looking trucks on the market today, and it certainly beats out the brand new Raptor. Now, if we move on to the side, we see that the ZR2 only comes in the crew cab version, but you do get bed options. You can get a 5'10" bed or a 6'7" bed. That is a Raptor only. I'm sorry, a Chevy only. No other truck in this segment can best that, but it does only come in crew cab. You cannot get an extended cab or a single cab ZR2. If you look at it from a side perspective also, you realize that it's not the widest truck. It's still based off of the regular Silverado. Whereas you look at the TRX or the Raptor or even the TRD Pro and you see that they are wider, especially with that Raptor. It's over 82 inches. That's why it has the marker lights in the front. And it's much wider than the regular car. However, the ZR2 is not like that, but that's also a good thing. This is an off-road truck. You don't want it to be overly wide because you still want it to be able to fit through trails, which is something I think the Silverado will be able to do better than the Raptor or the TRD Pro due to its skinnier nature. Now, if we move on to the back, you'll see full LED taillights with LED brake lights and LED turn signals. You also get GM's signature multi-pro tailgate, which allows you to open the tailgate and be more universal in the options. You can open up the top section or the bottom section or both, and it really adds to more versatility and more usability for the bed, and that's something that is only offered by GM and is featured in the Silverado ZR2. You also get steel rear bumpers, so you do get that robust sense for that, and that is unique to the ZR2. That gives it better. It gives it a better, sorry, I blanked right there. A better departure angle of 25.7 degrees, which is best in class. Even the Raptor does not best this for departure angle. Now, I think I forgot to mention before, on breakover angle, it is not the best. It's okay. It's better than some. It is 21.1 degrees, and it's not best in class. It's also not worst in class. It's just kind of, it's okay. But more on the rear, you do get, like I said, that amazing departure angle, and you get a Borla exhaust as standard, so this does sound better than, of course, that Tundra. It is one of the best sounding vehicles in the class. It's better than the Raptor. It is probably the best sounding in the class. You can't beat that 6.2 V8. It sounds amazing. So on the outside, really, I think the ZR2 is one of the best looking trucks in the class. It really shines in some areas. It doesn't do as much in other areas, but it is a very good looking car, and I think it is one of the best in the segment. Now, on the inside of the ZR2, we begin to see just how much this vehicle shines based on others. Now, if you look, as soon as you get in, you'll notice that there is an astonishing amount of new technology that you did not see in the previous gen, but you see in this one. It beats out most of the vehicles in the segment. Whenever you look straight at the dash, you'll notice a 12-inch digital gauge cluster that is new for this current generation. You also get a heads-up display that allows you to see what you're doing while you're driving, and it is very configurable. GM has done an astonishing job with the configurability of their heads-up displays, and that is no different in the ZR2. It is absolutely astonishing. You look next to that, and you get a 13.4-inch infotainment screen that is running the Android Auto Chevrolet interface, which is a very, very good interface. You get Google. I believe you can configure Alexa in there too. It is one of the Sorry, I believe we had a technical error there. But I believe we were talking about the amazing 13.4-inch infotainment on the Silverado ZR2. It is one of the best in the class. Its user face is very intuitive, and Chevrolet has always, and GM as a whole, has really been dominating the game with their infotainments. They have, in the Cadillacs, they are rivaling the iDrive and BMWs, and they are certainly better than any Mercedes product or any Audi product. It is truly an astonishing feat that an American brand is going toe-to-toe with technology from the Germans. That is something that has never been seen before, but is now being done by GM. It's absolutely amazing. It does come with Apple CarPlay. You don't get Android Auto because it's running the Android interface, therefore it doesn't need Android Auto, but you can still use Apple CarPlay for now. Chevrolet has been talking, GM as a whole, has been talking about doing away with Apple CarPlay in favor of their own UX system, which I think would be a ginormous mistake. There are so many people that use and love Apple CarPlay that they should now that they have it, they really should not go away from it. It is something that Apple has really dominated the field in, and they're going to continue to do that whether Chevrolet wants to do it or not. And that will really decrease the amount of buyers that go for these Chevrolets because it is such a desirable feature. You do get standard leather seats. They are gray and black two-tone with yellow contrast stitching. I think that's a really cool addition for the ZR2. You're really kind of switching it up. You get heated and ventilated front chairs as well as a heated steering wheel. You do get adaptive cruise control. You get a digital rear view mirror. It is something really cool in this Silverado ZR2. You get heated rear seats, and at the price, that's a very well-equipped vehicle for what you're buying. It's an amazing buy.
Guys, again, we are back with this new segment of me talking about the vehicle on the website. I do this so that way I can get into some added features that are on with this that it would be easier to discuss through the website than it is with just talking to you about it. So as you can see right here, we are on the Chevrolet website, and we are looking at the ZR2. As you can see, it's four-wheel drive. And I was wrong before. It's not just the 6.2. You can also get the 3-liter Duramax, and that is actually cheaper than the 6.2. It is $71. It starts out at $71,895, and if you really want that 6.2 V8, it is $73,590. Now, as for me, I love that 3-liter Duramax, but as much as I love it, I love that 6.2-liter V8 even more. So we're going to go ahead and click that. So that now brings us into the realm of the ZR2, starting at $73,590. Let's go ahead and click the next button, where we now take a look at paints. Now, Chevrolet, unlike the BMW we checked out last, has very simple paints. You can, of course, get just black, it's black. You can get dark ash metallic, which is more of a grayish color. It's a very nice color. Then you go to Lakeshore Blue Metallic, which is a dark blue metallic symbol. It's almost a rival to the fancy Ford blue that they have on the Raptors. It is a nice color, and I do like it. Then you get Red Hot, which is a very, very nice shade of red that you see on the Trail Boss trim as standard. It is the cover color for the Trail Boss, and it is a very nice color on this. Then you get Slate Gray Metallic, which is, again, another gray color. It is very, very similar to the first gray color we checked out, but it is a very nice color despite that. Then Sterling Gray, lots of gray options on this. That is more of a silver color. It is more of a silver gray, and I don't think it looks the best on this. I don't think it's the best looking paint, but again, it is not a bad looking paint. Then there's Summit White, which Summit White is going to be your base white paint. It is not awful. It's just basic, and if you want basic, feel free. They absolutely have that. But the paint that I would choose is a $395 extra option called Glacier Blue Metallic. It is the press color for the ZR2. It is a very voluptuous and deep blue that also has light tones to it. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the ZR2, and that is the paint color I would choose every single time for this car. So we're going to put it on here, making our net price $73,985. Now we move on to the wheels. Now, wheels are a big option on this. You can, of course, get these wheels, which are 18-inch wheels wrapped around those Goodyear Wrangler Territories, those off-road tires. They are black with oxide gold and silver accents. I think this is a very, very good-looking wheel, better than anything that the Raptor can offer. It is a simply gorgeous wheel, and I think it looks absolutely amazing on these. These are the standard wheels. You can also get those same wheels just in gloss black, so you can completely black them out with no design, like no color aspect on them. Still a very good looking wheel, however, not as cool as the other ones. Then you can go down here and get the Bison package, which adds a whole bunch of things. It adds transfer case skid plates that are AUV stamped. It adds the front and rear park assist. It adds all of these skid plates, rocker protectors, multi-flex tailgate, and of course the ZR2 Bison package, which of course, like I said, adds those skid plates, it adds the wheels, and it adds some floor liners. You get all of these cool features. That price For the wheels, you cannot just get the wheels alone, therefore you have to get the whole entire Bison package, which is a very, very cool package. But it is an $8,440 package. I'll go ahead and select that just to show you guys what it looks like. So if you go back and you take a look at this vehicle as a whole, this is what it looks like with the Bison package. So it does give you that nice color matched front bit. It gives you the blacked out top part on the multi-pro tailgate. Looks very, very cool. However, that's not what I would do. You can also get these 18-inch, they're black-face alloy beadlock capable wheels. And you select those, and those are a dealer installed option. Therefore, it will not show us what they look like. However, if you do look at them like this, that is a very, very cool design, and I do happen to like those wheels. However, I do love these wheels, so we're going to go ahead and stick with those. We're not going to option the Bison package. Let's go ahead and go back so that way we can get the price back. Go ahead and unoption that. So now we're at $74,430. Now you go in here, and of course we can see that brand new center, the interior. You get those gray and black seats. You can of course see that 13.4-inch infotainment. You see that 12-inch gauge cluster. And it is a very, very premium interior opposed to the last one. In any truck in the market right now, it is a very premium interior. It is absolutely top-notch. They call it jet black and gray stone. It is perforated leather. You go in here, and of course you get front bucket seats as standard. That is the only interior color for the ZR2, which, unlike the XM, I am fine with this. It is an absolutely amazing interior, and it's a truck, so not many people are willing to pay extra for different interior colors, so I think this is fine for this type of vehicle. Now we go ahead and press the next button, and now we get into the packages. Of course, I just mentioned before, the ZR2 Bison Edition adds all of those cool features, $8,440. For the technology package, something else that I would choose, it adds the rear view camera mirror, adaptive cruise control, and a power tilt and telescoping steering column. That is a $1,970 extra, which I am going to go ahead and add to mine, making the price of this vehicle now $76,400. Now you get down, you can also get this interior convenience package, which adds a console-mounted safe and rear underseat storage. Not something I particularly need. The rear seat, underseat storage also comes as standard. It's just not the same. For $525, I think I'll go ahead and leave that one alone. Dark Essentials package. Now that blacks out all of the logos on here, and that is $120 extra. I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm a sucker for added logos, like dark logos. Now you get over here, and it's the Assist Step and Tonneau Value Package 3, which adds a hard-folding tonneau cover by the REV company and off-road high-clearance side steps. I happen to like those, and that is a $2,445 upgrade that I'm going to go ahead and add to my ZR2. You can also get the Assist and Step Tonneau Package 2, which of course adds a different soft folding tonneau cover and 4-inch round assist steps. I don't think these look as nice, and they do take away from the breakover angle. And for $1,395, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. Another dark appearance package adds those 18-inch all-black wheels, a 18-inch aluminum spare wheel, and black recovery hooks. And for $200, I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. And that is all the packages for the ZR2, making our total now $78,750. Let's go ahead and click next. And that'll bring us to our interior, we already went through the exterior options, the interior. So this is exterior options. Of course, the 18-inch AEV spare wheel, a power sunroof. You still have to pay for a regular power sunroof, so that is immediately a bad thing. However, I do want the sunroof, and I'm willing to pay the $995 extra for it. Of course, you have all of these individual AEV options, but if you see that I click on it, it's going to make us add the whole entire AEV package, which is something I really don't feel like doing. So we're just going to have to live without it. Of course, you see all of these steps. You can get all of these. They're all extra options. You can get rocker protectors for $1,195. You, of course, get your tonneau cover options. You can also get heated tow mirrors on this, which I think is something that's a bit overkill for $260. I'm going to leave it alone. Chrome mirror caps. This is a ZR2. We don't want chrome mirror caps. We're going to leave those alone. Power up and down tailgate and multi-flex tailgate. That's the multi-pro tailgate I was talking about to you before for $445. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my vehicle. That is going to take away our black pack. However, I'm okay with that for the multi-flex tailgate. Now, a power up and down tailgate. That will get rid of your multi-flex tailgate, which already is auto up and down. So you don't need the power up and down tailgate if you have the multi-flex tailgate. Now mechanical options, that of course is just our different transmissions for the different engine choices. You of course get different vehicle weight ratings. That is something that we don't really have to go into. You of course get the active exhaust. All of this is something that if you pick the bigger options, it will go ahead and do for you. So let's go ahead and switch over to these interior options. Console mounted safe, I'd mentioned that before. Steering column lock, not something you normally see as an option, but I do still want the steering column lock, so we're going to option that. That is it's a zero cost option, but it does cost you money to not equip it with a steering wheel lock. Not sure why anyone would want that, but it is an option. There's that 13.4-inch infotainment system. Safety options, you can get front and rear park assist, which is something I do want, but I cannot get unless I buy the Bison, therefore I'm just not going to have it. All of these goodies, aftermarket stuff, all of the goodies that you will get at the dealer if you so happen to do that, all of these jumper cables and all of that interior bits, of course, you get all of these value packs. This is something that GM is very popular doing, highway protection kits, blowout kits, all stuff like that. That does bring our total for this truck to $79,840. And now we're at our summary. So you can see how I spec'd my ZR2. I love the look of the ZR2. I love the way this one's optioned. And as built, it is $79,840, like I mentioned before. Before I'd option all of this, the base price of this vehicle was $69,900. And with all of the options, with the Glacier Blue Metallic and all of these options that I had included on mine, it brings the total MSRP with destination, I believe, at $79,840. That is a hefty chunk of change for a vehicle, almost $80,000 for this truck, where you could also get the Raptor with the 37s, or the TRD Pro for much cheaper than $79,000 delivered. Now, I would like, it's an extreme sum of money, and I would really be considering this over other vehicles, but what more do those vehicles offer than this? That's the real question. And I think that the ZR2 is a very, very competent competitor in its state.
Overall, I think the new Silverado ZR2 is a very competent option in the off-road truck midsize gang, and I think it is well worth considering over the Raptor and the Tundra TRD Pro. More likely that Tundra TRD Pro is what it mostly competes with all of the specs. Now, I think the outside looks good. I think the inside looks good. I think the price is a bit too much for what you're getting. However, I think that with most vehicles of this segment. But I do absolutely adore this vehicle, and I think it is a very competent competitor in its segment. That's all I have for you today. My name's Noah Fitzgerald. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, enjoy the drive, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.